The power of legacy. How Captain Ibrahim Traore is redefining leadership in Africa. Throughout history, leaders have been driven by a fundamental question: how will I be remembered? As time passes and their tenure draws closer to an end, this question becomes more pressing. It is a natural progression of human thought, one deeply rooted in psychological and sociological theories of legacy. These theories suggest that as individuals grow older, they increasingly focus on ensuring that their contributions outlive them. In the African political landscape, where corruption and self-serving governance have long been the norm, the rise of Burkina Faso's young leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, offers a striking example of how the power of legacy can shape leadership behavior. To understand why legacy holds such weight, we must first examine the theories that explain this shift in priorities. Legacy motivation. Theory suggests that when leaders realize their names will either be celebrated or condemned by history, the incentive to pursue meaningful reforms becomes stronger. Financial wealth can be lost, but a legacy endures, shaping the collective memory of a nation. Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development suggests that individuals in the later stages of life grapple with generativity versus stagnation. Generativity refers to the desire to contribute positively to future generations, while stagnation manifests as self-centeredness and a failure to leave a meaningful impact. Many aging African leaders may find themselves at this crossroads, confronted with the stark reality that their legacy could be defined by either service or self-interest. Closely related is terror management theory, which posits that as people become increasingly aware of their mortality, they seek symbolic immortality through their actions. They want to be remembered for their achievements rather than their failures. This is where Traore's growing influence becomes particularly significant. As his leadership garners widespread admiration, aging leaders may begin to fear historical condemnation and shift their policies in an effort to secure a more favorable place in history. Beyond individual introspection, the way leaders are perceived by society plays a crucial role in their behavior. Symbolic interactionism emphasizes that identity is shaped by societal perceptions. Leaders observing Traore's praise and recognition may start aligning themselves with these valued attributes, adjusting their governance style to reflect the expectations of their people. Similarly, legacy motivation theory suggests that individuals strive to create a lasting impact to be remembered positively. In this light, Traore's rise and the admiration he commands may inspire older leaders to choose a more meaningful and respectable legacy over short-term financial gain. Captain Traore's rise is igniting a growing trend toward legacy-driven leadership. Already, hints of this transformation are visible across the continent. In various African nations, demands for better governance and an end to corruption are gaining traction. The increasing pressure from younger populations is likely to accelerate this shift. Captain Ibrahim Traore's leadership is already setting a new standard. His governance is marked by an unwavering commitment to national interests, economic self-sufficiency, and grassroots engagement. Unlike the entrenched corruption, cronyism, and neocolonialism that have long plagued the continent, Traore's policies prioritize tangible, people-oriented development. His healthcare initiatives, including mobile clinics and solar-powered medical infrastructure, and his agricultural reforms, such as providing free tractors and improved seeds to farmers, have made a real impact. These efforts are capturing the imagination of Africans, particularly the youth, who are increasingly demanding accountable leadership. For decades, several African leaders have amassed wealth at the expense of their people, believing financial security to be the ultimate reward of power. As public sentiment continues to shift in favor of Captain Ibrahim Traore and other leaders who prioritize national well-being, the traditional appeal of corruption may wane. In fact, many young people across Africa are calling on their leaders to recognize that genuine honor and respect stem not from personal enrichment, but from dedicated service to their nations. This realization aligns directly with Erikson's generativity stage, where legacy takes precedence over short-term personal gains. Some of you leaders across Africa, as you approach the later stages of life, will your legacy be defined by the wealth you amassed, or by the lasting impact you left on your nation? Seeing Traore's rise and the unwavering support he receives from his people, do you ask yourself, will I be remembered as a builder of my nation or as one who squandered its potential? Some geopolitical analysts and advocates of symbolic interactionism argue that the influence of peer pressure should not be underestimated. According to this theory, individuals shape their self-concept based on social feedback. In the African political landscape, where networks and peer influence hold significant sway, leaders witnessing Traore's widespread admiration may feel compelled to adapt. If reformist governance continues to gain public support, older leaders may come to realize that embracing these values is not only crucial for national progress, but also essential for preserving a dignified legacy. This transformation is already taking shape, not just as an idea, but through visible signs of change across the continent. In many African nations, calls for a unified Africa, improved governance, and an end to corruption are gathering momentum. A petition currently on change.org champions Ibrahim Traore as the single leader of a borderless Africa. The petition underscores the divisions in leadership that have fueled disparities in growth, development, and opportunity throughout the continent. It advocates for the dissolution of colonial borders and the unification of Africa under collective leadership, paving the way for a stronger and more cohesive future. The petition proposes Ibrahim Traore, the current president of Burkina Faso, as the unified president of Africa. With his proven leadership, Traore has the potential to drive equitable development, introduce a single currency, and establish a unified flag that represents all African nations. Captain Ibrahim Traore's leadership has ignited a movement that challenges the entrenched corruption and self-serving governance that have defined many administrations. As admiration for him continues to spread, it may serve as a powerful motivator for aging leaders to reconsider their priorities. The theories of legacy suggest that as people approach the later stages of life, they become more focused on how they will be remembered. If African leaders wish to leave behind a name etched in history for the right reasons, they may find themselves shifting away from cronyism and financial gain toward policies that uplift their people. As Traore continues to reshape Burkina Faso's future, he may also be shaping the legacy aspirations of leaders across the continent. In the end, love and admiration from the people may prove to be a more powerful and enduring reward than any personal fortune.